Okay guys, hey, we are here to talk about Wednesday's mobility. I want to spend just 30 seconds and let you guys know if you feel good in these stretches, just because Spencer says you're going to hold them for a minute, doesn't mean you can't stay down there for 3 minutes or 2 minutes. If it feels good, stay down there. You can turn this mobility session in the beginning of each daily workout, you can turn it into an 8 to 12 minute mobility session. We're totally fine with that. The other thing you can do is at the end of your workout, if you want to revisit the same mobility, and maybe you 2x it. So if it's 2 minutes in the beginning, it's 4 minutes at the end, and you have a little bit of cool down period to kind of go over some of that, those joints that need it. So again, use it how you need to. Hopefully everybody's doing something. Nobody should just be saying, oh, mobility, we're going to skip that. Let's get right to the workout. Spend some time. Most of us have a little bit more extra time than we usually do. Use it wisely. All right, today, Spencer's going to take Mr. Mobility Man through this.
All right, guys, so we're going to start with a downward dog. We'll go to that push-up plank position, and then we're going to shift those hips up and drive those heels back towards the ground. We're going to stay 1 minute here, okay? Our focus is driving those shoulders and chest back towards our feet. All right, so 1 minute here, then we'll transition into an upward dog. So back to that push-up plank, we'll press our chest up here, okay? We're stretching out our core, stretching out our lower back, really good. We're gonna stay 1 minute here, okay? So think about pushing hard with those shoulders through the ground, but also pushing the tops of our feet through the ground. 1 minute, and then we're gonna finish with an ankle stretch on each side. So 30 seconds per side. We're gonna go somewhat in a lunge stretch here. Our focus is to keep that heel on the ground on the foot that we're stretching, okay? So notice Philip is driving his knee over top of his toe, keeping his heel on the ground. 30 seconds kind of wiggling that in range of motion. Then we'll flip sides, 30 seconds on our opposite side. And that'll be it for our mobility to start today.
Okay guys, we are back. We're gonna do a concept for this workout that we've done on the CrossFit side and the EvoFit side in the past. It's gonna be a 20-minute AMRAP, and the way this is gonna work, there's gonna be sections of work, and each section is gonna build off the previous section. So, for example, it starts with 10 burpees. The burpees will be the same thing that we've done in the past, down, chest to the ground, and stand. If we don't have that, he can show us an up, down, and that will be the alternative. Once we do those 10, we are now done with the first section, and now the next section will have 2 movements in it. It'll have the 10 burpees, and it will add 25 shoulder taps. So he would begin his 10 burpees, doesn't have to. Once he finishes his second 10, he would get into the plank, and he would do our shoulder taps. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. Every time it touches the shoulder is 1 rep, simple as that. Once he finishes a 10 and 25, he's now done with the second section. He begins the third section, which is 10 burpees, 25 shoulder taps, and the new movement is 50 switch lunges. These switch lunges, the feet are gonna come together every time, okay? So there's 3, 4, 5, all right, and we're gonna go all the way to 50. If we don't have the switch lunges, we take the jump out and we just step into these lunges and just do in place 50 lunges, okay? Once he finishes the 50 switch lunges, that is the third piece that's done. He would then load the fourth round. The fourth round is 10 burpees, 25 shoulder taps, 50 switch lunges, and now the new movement for that piece is 100 bicycle crunches. The hands go behind the head, and it's gonna be opposite knee. Every time he touches an elbow to his knee, that is 1, and relax. He gets through the 100 bicycle crunches. He starts the 5th and final piece, which again, 10 burpees, 25 shoulder taps, 50 switch lunges, 100 bicycle crunches, and 150 air squats. All right, so again, the biggest thing here, if he turns sideways so we can see, I gotta make sure he stands all the way up and opens the hip. At the bottom, if he freezes the bottom, his hip is below the knee, it's a full squat. What happens is we get 10 to 15 really good ones, and then we look like 130 of these, all right? So it's one of those things, Have your kid, because they won't lie to you, all right? If you ask your spouse, they'll lie to you and tell you look like you're doing it great. Trust me, you're not. Have your kid, and they will be very particular, all right? So have them watch from the side and say, hey, Junior, every time I don't get below parallel, don't stand up, just yell at me. And he'll be yelling the whole time, all right? So once I finish that 5th round, whatever time is left in that 20 minutes, I start right back with the first piece, which is 10 burpees, all right? Once I finish 10 burpees, I go to the second piece, which is the 10 and the 25, and I continue to follow through this. At the end, when you put your score in, for every section that I complete, that's a round. So if I make it through the entire 5 pieces right at the buzzer, that's 5 rounds, all right? If I make it back, finish the 10 burpees, and then in the next piece, that's 6+. Don't worry too much about the scoring. I'm sure Milton will put his score in and put 13 rounds or something crazy that's impossible to do, and he'll get everybody fired up. So the big thing, 20 minutes. It's a long workout. Try and keep the same pace for the whole time, and we'll see how it goes. All right, good luck, guys. Okay, guys, the finisher for today is gonna be 2 movements, 3 rounds, not for time. So not for time means quality of movement is our focus. The first one is 15 single leg glute bridges each side. So again, he's got his toe pointed to the ceiling and he's trying to get his hips as high as he can. Once he has his 15, he'd switch legs, same thing. Hands are at my sides, trying to get the hips as high as I can. The next one is 15 lying hip abductions each side. So now he's trying to get that hip as high as that foot as high as he can. Philip was doing almost a 90 degrees, so I guess Spencer's not quite as fit as Philip.
Oh, goodness.
All right, good. Now he'll spin over, hit the other side. You get bonus points for having your hand behind your elbow right there, like you're kind of posing there a little bit. Yep. And you can see, you feel that in your hip?
Yeah.
All right. So if we need to take some rest between, that's fine. We're just trying to get 3 quality rounds, not for time. All right, do that. Put in the comments how much higher you got than Spencer. All right, guys, good luck.